Kathy Bates is a name synonymous with unforgettable performances, resilience, and Hollywood greatness. From Misery to Titanic, she has captivated audiences for decades, earning critical acclaim and an enduring place in cinematic history. But behind the glamorous awards, red carpets, and standing ovations lies a story that has remained largely hidden. A personal tragedy so profound that it casts a shadow over even her most celebrated accomplishments. At 77, Kathy Bates has faced a series of challenges that few could have imagined. Health battles, heartbreak, and personal losses have tested her in ways the world never fully saw. While fans have cheered for her victories on screen and off, the real-life struggles she endured reveal a side of the star that goes beyond talent and fame, a side marked by fragility, courage, and relentless perseverance. Recent revelations have brought her story back into the spotlight, showing that even a Hollywood icon is not immune to life's harshest blows. The struggles she has quietly endured have shaped not only her life, but also the depth of the characters she portrays, giving them a rawness and authenticity that resonates with millions. This is not just a story about illness or career challenges. It's about a human being, navigating a world of fame while carrying personal battles that remain largely unseen. Today, we uncover the heartbreaking reality behind the public image, the moments of pain Kathy Bates has faced in silence, and the resilience that continues to define her life. At 77, Kathy Bates was born in Memphis, Tennessee in 1948, and from the very beginning, her life seemed destined for stories of both triumph and challenge. Even as a child, she exhibited a fierce determination and an unyielding spirit that hinted at the powerhouse actress she would become. Yet behind the confident smile and the energy that would later light up Broadway stages and Hollywood screens, there were struggles that few would ever see. Her journey into acting was anything but smooth. After attending Southern Methodist University and later Emerson College, Bates began taking on theater roles that demanded not only talent, but endurance. The world of acting is notoriously unforgiving, and she quickly realized that her career would require more than just skill. It would demand resilience, sacrifice, and an almost obsessive dedication to her craft. Early in her career, she faced rejection after rejection, with casting directors often overlooking her for roles that did not fit the conventional Hollywood mold. For a woman whose presence would later dominate screens, the lack of early recognition was a bitter pill to swallow. Despite these setbacks, Bates honed her craft in theater, building a reputation for intensity, dedication, and authenticity. Yet, even as her talent began to gain acknowledgement, personal struggles quietly loomed in the background. Health issues, insecurities about body image, and the emotional toll of constant auditions created a silent battle that accompanied her rise to fame. The juxtaposition of public admiration and private hardship would become a recurring theme in her life. The breakthrough came in 1990 with her role as Annie Wilkes in Misery. It was a performance that would define her career, earning her an Academy Award for Best Actress and cementing her as a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood. But while the world celebrated her achievement, Bates's personal life remained complicated. The pressures of fame, coupled with lingering health concerns, meant that every victory on screen came with invisible costs behind the scenes. Fame did not erase the private struggles. If anything, it magnified them. Even as accolades poured in, Bates maintained a grounded presence, often speaking candidly about the challenges she faced as a woman in Hollywood. She encountered biases, stereotyping, and typecasting, all of which required her to continually prove herself. The strength she displayed in public masked the inner battles she was fighting, battles with vulnerability, loneliness, and the constant pressure to balance personal well-being with professional ambition. Her early life and career laid the foundation for a story that would later intertwine remarkable success with profound personal tragedy. It's a story that reminds us that the glamour of Hollywood often conceals a reality filled with unseen struggles. Bates's ability to transform pain into performance, resilience into art, and challenge into triumph has become a defining element of her legacy, showing the world that behind every iconic performance lies a deeply human story of endurance. This chapter of her life establishes the duality that has marked Kathy Bates's journey, a woman who would rise to incredible heights professionally while quietly navigating personal battles that few could imagine. Her story at 77 is built on the lessons learned in these early years, lessons that continue to shape her resilience, perspective, and ability to confront the tragedies that have marked her path. As Kathy Bates's career soared in the 1990s, her personal life was quietly marked by health battles and emotional challenges that remained largely unseen by the public. Fame often creates an illusion of perfection, but for Bates, each award, accolade, and celebrated performance carried the weight of private struggles that she managed with remarkable courage. These challenges would shape her life in ways that few could have predicted, ultimately defining her resilience as both an individual and an artist. One of the earliest major health challenges Bates faced was related to her weight and overall wellness. From a young age, she had struggled with body image issues, a struggle compounded by Hollywood's rigid standards of beauty. Despite her undeniable talent, she often encountered typecasting, being offered roles that reflected stereotypes rather than the depth of her acting ability. Bates has spoken openly about the psychological toll of these judgments, describing the constant pressure to conform to an industry that rarely embraced authenticity over appearance. These early experiences instilled in her a determination to prioritize her craft above all else, even as they fueled ongoing insecurities about her personal health and image. Beyond societal pressures, Bates faced serious medical challenges later in life, which included battles with cancer. In 2003, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, a diagnosis that forced her to confront mortality in a way that many actors never experience so publicly. While continuing her acting career, Bates underwent surgery and treatment, all while maintaining the professional commitments that demanded her presence and energy. Her openness about her condition highlighted her courage and offered inspiration to countless fans who saw a public figure confront such a deeply personal challenge with honesty and poise. In addition to physical health battles, Bates endured emotional heartbreak that accompanied personal losses and professional pressures. While she has largely kept her romantic life private, it is known that she faced periods of loneliness and disappointment, including the challenges of forming lasting, intimate relationships in a career that demanded constant focus and travel. These emotional struggles, coupled with the intensity of her professional life, created a silent storm behind the camera that few could perceive. Despite these hardships, Kathy Bates's work continued to thrive. Her roles began to reflect her experiences, characters who were complex, resilient, and layered with real emotion. Films like About Schmidt, Fried Green Tomatoes, and Titanic offered opportunities to channel her personal struggles into performances that resonated with audiences around the world. Critics frequently praised her ability to infuse characters with vulnerability and authenticity, an ability undoubtedly shaped by the challenges she faced off-screen. Yet, even as her star shone brightly, the combination of health concerns and personal heartbreaks created a reality that was emotionally taxing. The public often saw only the awards, the premieres, and the red carpet appearances, never the long nights of hospital visits, the quiet moments of reflection, or the tears shed in solitude. This duality became a defining theme of her life, a woman celebrated for her strength and talent, yet living with private pain that remained largely invisible. These experiences, however, did not break her. Instead, they forged a resilience that became central to her identity. Bates's ability to transform personal hardship into powerful performances demonstrates a rare courage, highlighting the depth of her artistry and the strength of her spirit. At 77, this legacy of resilience and determination defines her more than any award or accolade ever could, showing that true greatness is often born from facing life's most difficult battles head-on. By the mid-1990s, Kathy Bates had firmly established herself as one of Hollywood's most versatile and respected actors. Her career, marked by unforgettable performances and critical acclaim, seemed to be a testament to triumph and talent. Yet behind every award and standing ovation lay a series of personal tragedies that challenged her resilience and shaped the depth of the roles she portrayed. The public often celebrated her professional highs without realizing the emotional weight that accompanied each step of her journey. The role of Annie Wilkes in Misery catapulted Bates to international fame, earning her an Academy Award for Best Actress in 1991. This was a turning point, not only professionally, but personally. The intense preparation required for the role, combined with the scrutiny and expectations of Hollywood, placed significant pressure on her emotional well-being. The character's complexity, obsession, and volatility resonated with audiences, but bringing that role to life required Bates to confront her own inner vulnerabilities. The performance was more than acting. It was a channeling of real-life fears, frustrations, and resilience, allowing her to transform personal struggles into award-winning artistry. While her career flourished, Bates faced ongoing health challenges that would intermittently threaten her professional momentum. Her battles with weight and chronic health conditions often made her the subject of media speculation and judgment, even as she delivered some of the most nuanced performances of her career. Balancing medical treatments, personal self-care, and the demands of acting required extraordinary discipline and mental fortitude. For Bates, every red carpet appearance, every film set, and every character portrayal was intertwined with a private battle that the world never fully saw. Amid these challenges, Bates also endured profound emotional losses. Close friendships, relationships, and personal connections were affected by the relentless demands of fame and the isolation that sometimes accompanies it. She faced moments of profound loneliness, particularly when confronting illnesses or navigating the pressures of public life. Yet these experiences also deepened her empathy and understanding, enriching her performances with authenticity that audiences could feel, even if they didn't know the source. Her career continued to thrive despite personal adversity. Iconic roles in Fried Green Tomatoes, Titanic, and later in television series like American Horror Story demonstrated her remarkable range and unwavering commitment to her craft. Each role became a reflection of her own resilience, a testament to how personal hardships could be transformed into art that touched millions. The juxtaposition of her professional success and private struggles created a unique duality. A woman celebrated for her talent while quietly carrying the emotional weight of a life marked by tragedy and endurance. In interviews, Bates has often spoken about the fine line between personal suffering and professional achievement. She acknowledged that the very challenges that caused pain also cultivated strength, determination, and insight. Her career highs were inseparable from the adversity she faced. Each triumph was a reflection of battles fought behind the scenes. Victories claimed not just in talent, but in courage and perseverance. By the time she reached her late 60s and early 70s, Kathy Bates had not only earned the respect of Hollywood, but had also become a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity. Her story is a powerful reminder that true success is rarely free from struggle, and that the human capacity to endure, adapt, and thrive often lies hidden behind the most dazzling achievements. At 77, the legacy of her career is inseparable from the tragedies she has endured, a narrative of courage and artistry that continues to inspire generations of fans and fellow actors alike. In the later decades of her life and career, Kathy Bates faced some of her most serious health challenges, battles that would test both her body and spirit. While the public admired her performances and the energy she brought to each role, few realized the severity of the personal crises she endured behind the scenes. At 77, these health struggles form a central part of her story, revealing the courage and resilience that have defined her both on and off the screen. Bates has been candid about her ongoing battle with cancer, a journey that began in the early 2000s with an ovarian cancer diagnosis. This life-altering moment forced her to confront mortality in a profound way, all while maintaining the demanding schedule of a working actress. Surgery and treatment were grueling, not only physically but emotionally, requiring immense strength to continue performing at the highest level while grappling with the reality of her illness. The experience reshaped her perspective, deepening her empathy and giving her an even greater sense of purpose in life and art. But her struggles did not stop there. In subsequent years, she faced other serious health issues, including breast cancer and a number of chronic conditions that required careful management. Each diagnosis was a reminder of life's fragility and a challenge to her independence and daily routine. For someone whose career thrived on energy, presence, and emotional engagement, these physical limitations were difficult to reconcile with her public persona. Yet, Bates confronted each setback with determination, refusing to let illness define or derail her. The emotional toll of these crises was compounded by the isolation that often accompanies serious health struggles. Even surrounded by colleagues, friends, and fans, there were moments of solitude and vulnerability that could not be shared publicly. The media and public celebrated her strength, but the quiet moments of fear, uncertainty, and exhaustion remained largely hidden. Bates has described these periods as both humbling and transformative, forcing her to reevaluate priorities and to cherish each day she was granted. Despite the intensity of these challenges, she continued to work, often using her craft as a coping mechanism. Acting became more than a career. It was a source of therapy, an outlet for emotion, and a reaffirmation of her identity. Roles in television and film during this period allowed her to channel personal pain into performances of remarkable depth and authenticity, reinforcing her status as one of Hollywood's most respected actresses. Bates's openness about her health crises has inspired countless fans facing similar struggles. She has spoken publicly about the importance of regular screenings, early detection, and self-care, using her platform to encourage others to take proactive steps for their health. Her journey highlights not only the physical and emotional difficulties of living with serious illness, but also the courage required to confront it publicly while maintaining dignity, professionalism, and personal resolve. Through every trial, Kathy Bates has emerged as a figure of extraordinary resilience. Her health battles, while heartbreaking, reveal a strength that goes far beyond her on-screen achievements. At 77, the story of her survival, determination, and unwavering commitment to life and art stands as a powerful testament to the human spirit, showing that even in the face of repeated adversity, one can endure, thrive, and continue to leave an indelible mark on the world. At 77, Kathy Bates stands as more than a celebrated actress. She is a symbol of resilience, courage, and authenticity. Her life story reflects the duality of fame and struggle, showing that behind the glamour of Hollywood lies a human journey filled with challenges, heartbreak, and triumph. Every award, every unforgettable performance, and every standing ovation has been shaped not only by her immense talent, but also by the personal battles she has quietly endured. Her legacy extends far beyond the roles she has portrayed. Bates' openness about her health struggles, her candid discussions about body image and personal loss, and her unwavering dedication to her craft have made her an inspiration to millions. She has shown that vulnerability is not weakness, that honesty in the face of adversity is strength, and that the measure of a life well lived is not simply professional achievement, but the courage to confront hardship with dignity and grace. Even amid tragedy, Bates has demonstrated the power of perseverance. She transformed personal pain into art, using her experiences to deepen her performances and connect with audiences on an emotional level few actors can achieve. Whether portraying fear, love, anger, or resilience, her characters carry the authenticity of someone who has lived through struggle and emerged stronger. Ultimately, Kathy Bates's story is one of survival and reflection. She has faced illness, heartbreak, and personal loss, yet she continues to thrive, inspire, and leave an indelible mark on Hollywood and beyond. Her life reminds us that the greatest triumphs are often forged in the fire of adversity, and that true legacy is built not only on talent but on the strength to endure, reflect, and continue moving forward. At 77, her journey is far from over, but the lessons she leaves behind, resilience, authenticity, and the courage to face life's harshest challenges, will continue to inspire generations. Kathy Bates's life is proof that even in the shadow of tragedy, it is possible to shine, endure, and leave a legacy that is both extraordinary and deeply human.